Today on JiK Labs, we take it to the max, showing you MAX and MAXIFS in Microsoft Excel. Let's get started. Now that you have Excel open and ready to go, you're going to see we have some data up on the screen. It is some JiK Labs sales data in which we have our invoice numbers, dates, salesperson, cost, sales amount, GP dollars, and GP percentages. And what we want to do with the MAX function is find the highest sale. And that's exactly what the MAX function does for you. The MAX function takes a set of numbers or data that you select and reports the highest value. So let's jump into it. Equals, just like any equation, max, open those parentheses, highlight the numbers in which you want to find the maximum value for, close out those parentheses, and hit enter. And you're going to see that we have the max sale of $750. Again, that equation is over here, equals max in the data range. So one thing to keep in mind, you don't have to use just the row or just the column of your data. You can do a larger set of data. Let us show you real quick. We could include all three of these columns in rows. So D2 to F11, close out those parentheses, but we're still going to see the max value is 750 just because that is the highest number in that. But real quick, we'll just change this. Let's make this one 1,000. And now you'll see that is 1,000. But let's back that out because like we said for our example, we are looking for the largest sale of our sales. But now let's look at it another way. We want to know Robert's highest sale. Well, Robert, as we can see, has 3 sales. And actually, he has the highest sale. So that would be the highest sale. But let's say, for instance, we don't know that. But we want to find the max given some certain criteria. Well, luckily for us, Excel has thought of that and has made MAXIFS. So how do we go about that? Well, just like any equation, we go max if S. Open up those parentheses. The first thing it wants to know is what is the max range? Well, that's again going to be the sales amount. We separate our criteria with a comma. And what is our criteria range? Well, we're looking up salesperson. So we're going to highlight the salespeople. Once again, we will hit comma. And then the very next again is what does that criteria need to equal? And we're going to come down here and select C15. And then we'll close out those parentheses. And then we'll hit enter. $0. Well, that's because we've only selected this range and this range. Select salesperson is over here in this field that we made so we can make an easy drop down menu. So we're going to come in the max sale of and we're going to select Alice. And as we can see, it automatically updated because it's taken the sales amount, the salesperson, looking at what our criteria needs to equal as in Alice, and it's looking through our sales to see that we have a 125 for Alice as well as a 161. And that is reporting the $161 sale for Alice. Since we did not hard code these numbers, we can come back in here and drop down and do the same thing for Lee. We can see Lee's maximum sale is $175. So on and so forth. We only have 10 lines of data here. So that's pretty easy to sort through and find the maximum numbers. Likely so, we have 4 salespeople and 10 lines of data. So we can quite easily see the max of all of this. These equations are going to be very helpful for you when you're dealing with much larger sets of data that you'll be scrolling through or trying to find this information for you. This information gives it to you in an instant. You know the max sale, or you can know the max sale of a salesperson in our example. That can correlate to any criteria that you set forth. Likely so, max doesn't just work for numbers, it would also work for dates. If we come in here and just highlight these real quick and hit enter, we can see, of course, it is the last one because it is in order, but the equation didn't know that, and it looked for the maximum value of B2 to B11, and it reported 610. If we were to come in here and make this date 7/21/22, we're going to see that automatically change for us. So just keep in mind, it's just not limited to numbers. Dates will work as well. Hopefully, you got the maximum knowledge out of this video with Max and MAXIFS. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next week. And something ifs. I don't know.